Hi, this is Peter Sage, creator of the Millionaire Business School and Amazon best-selling author, and I really wanted to discuss with you on this particular video a question again that I get asked quite a bit, which is, what does it really mean to be this thing called an entrepreneur? Well, to begin with, let's look at what is the definition of an entrepreneur. And if we go to the literal definition, the word actually comes from an English and a French word combined, both of which really mean to undertake enterprise. And if you go to the dictionary, it'll tell you that an entrepreneur is somebody who is willing to start a commercial venture for profit and be willing to risk their own financial resources in order to do that. Now, it's quite a clinical definition and quite a narrow term. And so really, does that mean that everybody who starts a business is an entrepreneur? Well, not really, not in my experience. So I want to give you a little bit of insight around that, because it's not really important what an entrepreneur is. It really is more important of what it means to be one. And so I want to share with you a few key points that I think will help dial you in on what it really truly means to follow the path of an entrepreneur. Now, first things first, we really need to understand that it's about adding value. Nothing happens in commercial enterprise, nothing happens at any level of exchange in life unless something is contributing to something else. That's the entire concept of money. I've spoken about it on many videos. I don't need to go into it too much depth here, but money is nothing more than a byproduct or a consequence of adding value. That's how it's generated. The actual money itself, the only place it exists in the universe is in the mind of a human, because nothing else keeps track of it. And it's just an arbitrary medium of exchange used to measure perceived value. That's, let's just leave that on one side so we don't get caught up on the money thing. But what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? It means you're looking for opportunities to add value, looking for opportunities to be able to contribute. What kind of opportunities? Well, the best way to hone in on an opportunity is what you're really looking for is you're looking for pain points. Being an entrepreneur really means that you're looking to spot where the pain is in people's lives, because most people will pay people to take away that pain, whether it's convenience, whether it's to make something easier, whether it's to relieve themselves of burden, duties, or certain needs or requirements that they don't want to carry. So where are the pain points? Whenever you catch yourself saying, oh damn, I wish there was an easier way to do this, average people would just complain. Entrepreneurs go, whoa, opportunity. Now, what can I spot there that I can potentially look at as an opportunity that we could commercialize in a way that helps people mitigate that pain? Now, obviously, you could look at being able to provide pleasure as well, but I'm here to tell you that people will do more to avoid pain than they will to move towards pleasure. So, if you really want to be in the mindset of an entrepreneur, start training yourself to spot where is the pain, and you'll spot the best opportunities. If you doubt that, then think of if you were making love to your partner and somebody set the bedroom on fire, would you stay or would you leave? There's an easy way to handle that argument if you think you should go towards pleasure or away from pain. Again, both are available, but if you get good at spotting areas that people are in pain for and looking for ways to mitigate that, you'll find far more fruitful opportunities that people are compelled to take action on than you would trying to search for pleasure things. Okay, what else? I would also say, know the business you're in. As an entrepreneur, what it means is that you understand the business you're in. The challenge with most people is that they don't. They wear the label of the profession of the business that they're in. So, oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a dentist. Really? Yeah, I have a practice on the high street. Well, then you're not a dentist. You are in the business of marketing and providing dental services, and you just so happen to be damn good at doing the technical work yourself. But you're not a dentist, you are an entrepreneur who happens to be supplying the dental market, and as a result as well, you're qualified to conduct the work yourself. But if you start seeing yourself, oh, I am a dentist, then unfortunately you start restricting the mindset of an entrepreneur because you start falling into being a technician. In fact, the great Michael Gerber, author of The E-Myth and The E-Myth Revisited, a beautiful book for small business owners, stated it beautifully one time. He says, most entrepreneurs are not entrepreneurs. They're technicians that woke up one day suffering from an entrepreneurial seizure that decided to start their own business. And the mistake that people make there, my friends, is that just because they feel that they're qualified to do the technical work of that business, that they then are under the illusion that they're qualified to run a business that does that technical work. And unless you switch your identity, you are a technician trying to be an entrepreneur, rather than the other way around. Far better to be an entrepreneur who happens to also be good at the technical side. And also, I would question, again, we're talking about the pain points, remember. Are you a dentist? Are you in the business of dentistry? Or are you an entrepreneur who happens to be in the business of giving people beautiful smiles? There's a reason why dentists unfortunately have one of the highest rates of suicide, because whenever they introduce themselves to people, there's an unconscious aversion to that. They suffer from an identity issue around their profession, because nobody says, for my birthday, please buy me some gift vouchers to go to the dentist. Or let's take a mechanic. I'm a mechanic, I have a garage on so-and-so street. No, you're not a mechanic. You're an entrepreneur who's in the business of providing automobile services. The fact that you happen to be good at doing an oil change is almost irrelevant, because if you don't shift that mindset, then you're going to find yourself dealing more with the technical aspects of the business and allowing the business aspects to fall down, because you didn't have that label. You didn't know the business you were in. So being an entrepreneur means know what business you're in. Okay, what else? Here's a great one. Don't rest on your laurels. If you've had a couple of successes in business, then it can be very tempting to wear the significance badge of, oh, look at me, I'm a successful entrepreneur. And we all know that everything in life is subject to the law of impermanence. I mean, myself included. I've had a history of running some very big and successful businesses. I've also lost businesses that have taken me out of the knees through either mistakes that I've made, decisions I shouldn't have taken, or what have you. That's part of the process. That's part of the life. Not every tree in the forest is going to reach the top of the canopy. So, what do you do at that point? As an entrepreneur, what it means is to understand that you are not your successes or failures. If you concentrate on owning the identity of somebody who's looking to add value, you'll always be an entrepreneur, regardless of what's in the bank. I've been taken out of the knees on more than one occasion, and most likely will again on my journey, because it's not about the getting it. It's not about the having it. It's about the journey of getting it. It's who do you become in pursuit of your dreams and goals and aspirations, which is the most important thing. Can you learn from your mistakes? Are you able to put your hand up and admit when you're wrong? And say, something, I made the wrong call, and if that's what happened, that's what happened. Let's move forward. The entire universe is built around feedback. So if it's not about trying to be perfect. So don't rest on your laurels, because life has a way of knocking you down a peg or two if we start to inflate our own sense of ego and significance. I think Mother Teresa said it beautifully. She says, if you're humble, then nothing can touch you, neither praise nor disgrace, because you know who you are. And I think that's a beautiful mantra for being an entrepreneur. Take responsibility for making a difference. That's another beautiful sum up of, I believe, what it means to be an entrepreneur. You're taking responsibility. You're choosing to live your life at cause, not effect. Now, the mantra of people that live life at effect is, it's not my fault, look what happened. Those that live at cause say, hey, listen, I take responsibility for that. Either, I did it and it was the right call, or oh, look, I screwed up and that's what happened. But I'm responsible for making a difference, positive, negative, good or bad. Because at the end of the day, when all's said and done, when we get to that end point, nobody is going to remember your sales figures. Nobody is going to remember the meeting, the board meeting resolution that you managed to get passed to make an amendment to your widget. Nobody cares about that in the bigger scheme of things. Being an entrepreneur is not about trying to accumulate money. It's not about trying to be more successful every day than the person next to you. The real meaning of what it means to become an entrepreneur is to really be alive for creating a difference that adds value to the world. And let me ask you this question. What's the point of being alive? Unless you really want to try and do something remarkable, unless you really want to try and leave a thumbprint as to why you are here that people can really appreciate. I had the very good fortune of meeting gentleman called Nando Perez, who was the gentleman that the film Alive was based on. If you haven't seen that and you're looking to travel on an airplane anytime soon, I probably wouldn't recommend it. But it's a true story of the rugby team that was traveling in South America, and their plane crashed in the Alps in a storm, and they had to survive, those that were left, for almost 2 months, over 2 months, 70 plus days. Everyone had written them off for dead. And he was telling me the story about how when he went back and was discovered and they managed to get back to society, he had the ability to do something that you or I will probably never have the opportunity to do. And that is to find out what life was like nearly 3 months after he died. Can you imagine that? And that all of the stuff in his life, that hadn't been sold, was in a box in the attic. There was a picture left of him and his his sister and his mother, who also died in the crash, on the television. His father, who was the only living part of the family left, had already remarried because he was so craving a loss of connection that that vacuum was so huge. It's quite easy for somebody to get to be sucked into it. It wasn't being disrespectful of them, but what he noticed was that what did his life really mean? Yes, he was captain of a national rugby team. Yes, he had all this stuff going on, but what was life really about? And it was about being able to tell the people that mean the most to you that you care about them, that you love them. It's about being able to do the right thing. And in hindsight, if that means cleaning up stuff, go clean it up. If it means forgiving people for what they've done, forgive people what they've done. The real meaning behind an entrepreneur is be able to live your life as an example, to be able to show the rest of the world that it's possible, to be able to contribute in a way that leaves a mark. One of my favorite films of all time is The Dead Poets Society by the late and great Robin Williams. And if you haven't seen that movie in a while, I'd encourage you to revisit it. If you've never seen it, then please, my highest recommendation, go rent it. And it's about an eccentric teacher in quite a strict school that really unlocks the imagination of what is possible in students that have been pushed into a very narrow mindset. And the underlying message is, carpe diem, seize the day. And for me, that really is the ultimate meaning of what it means to be an entrepreneur. Go seize the day. Hey, Peter Sage here. I'm back just to say I hope you enjoyed what you saw on that video. And remember that knowing and not doing is the same as not knowing. So it's about applying what you learn, not just being passively entertained by what you learn. If you like more of what I do, please subscribe to my channel so I can share more of my wisdom and insights with you to make a difference. Please also go to my website at petersage.com. I have a ton of free content for a lot of people there to add more value, and I hope to see you on another video soon.